Dark and difficult times lie ahead. Soon we must all face the choice between what is right and what is easy.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Very quick introduction to this video. When I started my channel back in the end of February, I was doing some research, checking out, learning about the law on photography, and I came across this particular video at the time. And this was before I started dissecting other people's videos and, you know, sort of pointing out where I think people have gone wrong. I kind of watched it, put it to the back of my mind and just forgot about it. Well, the guy who was doing the filming in this video actually contacted me through Facebook a couple of days ago, said to me that I'm quite welcome to use this video if I wanted to for the channel. So I've decided to do that. Now I'm going to show you the full video first of all. Now I'm going to show you the video first of all without any narration or anything like that. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I've got permission to use this video. So I'm not worried about copyright strikes, I hope. So if all you want to do is watch what happens and nothing else, then, you know, you can just go and find something else to watch after this first part. If you want to find, or if you want to hear the breakdown afterwards, then you can do that by watching the rest of the video. In fact, I'm going to timestamp it in the description below where the full video ends and where the video breakdown begins. So, you know, if you want to watch one or the other or the whole thing, it's entirely up to you. This is a video from a channel called Purple Chicken TV. The guy behind the camera, his name is Ian, and he has done some work on some films that are on Amazon Prime and some other places. I'll give you a little bit more information about Ian at the end of this video. But for now, I'm going to introduce you to Ian, the cameraman, and Dolly.
I ain't got me reading glasses with me, right, so all I need you to do is just tell me what my mate's text.
Hello Dolly, it was great getting together last week. It made me feel young again. If we can meet up again next week, can you bring the leather basket with you? Love, Vincent.
Oh, great. Thanks very much, mate. I look forward to seeing him.
Where's it going?
Did that lady come over, or the comedian?
Yeah.
Is he recording me?
Yeah.
I didn't give you permission to record me in a public space. It's against the law.
No, it isn't actually.
It is.
It isn't.
It is.
It isn't to record people
No,
in the
to
public.
record people in a public space is against the law, and the law has changed under GDPR rules.
No. Call the
I
police
think-
then and arrest them.
No,
them now.
because you're recording on a public space.
Doesn't matter. I can record anybody.
So can you wait here then?
We want you around here. I'll come on you around the market.
Look, I'm just asking, why don't you delete it? Or what is the purpose of you recording?
It's just a comedy show, that's all.
Who is the person?
The name's Dolly.
So can you show me what you recorded?
It's just you talking. You're just recording.
I might not have an issue with it. If you're going to record it and not tell me and not show me the recording...
Hang on. I can hear us talking. Sorry, I can hear her talking.
Right, then I'm within my right to call the police. Do you understand? Because I don't want to be problematic.
Yeah.
Right, but let's stop, please.
Yeah, you can speak to them. We'll go to them. Hello.
What I'm aware of, you're not allowed to record in a public space without asking the people's permission under the new General Data Protection rules.
Yeah, do you know more about that? I don't think you're allowed to actually film people, are you? Without
What a licence?
Okay, one look, let me get this straight then. Do I need a licence to record in public?
Yes.
No, I'm asking the police.
I don't know.
You don't know?
We'll find out.
If you find out for me, you'll find it's totally legal to record in a public place.
I think it's when you record people
And
they've got an objection to it.
And you haven't got their permission.
Then, you know...
Don't come and tell... Basically, let me explain it, right?
Okay.
He's recording a comedian or whatever coming onto the street, talking to you, and without not coming up after you saying, do you oblige from us using that information or putting it online or whatever? Okay. I object.
You know, there's security cameras around here recording you. You
Yeah,
object to that?
No, no.
I object to it. Can I make a complaint then?
That's within the law. That's in the law.
Is it?
Yeah, but you can't.
No law against it as long as there's no kids about.
Thank you very much.
I object him to recording me.
Well, that's an issue.
Is he allowed to record in a
You
public
cannot
place?
record people without their permission in a public space.
Listen to the...
Did you interview him then?
No, he was just talking. The lady was just
I
talking
object
to
to
him.
it.
You'd have to set that up.
I'll tell you why I object to it. Can I have a word?
Okay, you have a talk there. We'll see you later. I'm going to carry on with my work. Okay? Sorry?
Remember, not children.
I can actually record children as well.
If the when she's just checked, you can record it in a public place. No, but not
I can record children, but obviously I'm a dad myself, so I know.
So you
Yeah?
be very careful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I'm only within my rights to record in a public place.
Well, that's
Okay,
what
now.
you just confirmed that.
Yeah,
Because
no
I really
worries.
didn't know.
No worries,
I
Andrew.
did actually think you had to get people's permission. that you're
Now you can do
recording.
anything. Yeah.
No, now. So you learn something new every day.
Oh yeah. It's my job, you see.
So
so I know.
what's you actually filming?
It's a comedy thing. It's a comedy thing that we're doing. And it's just social interaction. It's an old woman called Dolly, and we're going down. And it's just a laugh, really.
Hello, Dolly.
Hello, Marmaid. Look, we ain't trying to cause no bother. Do you know what I mean? We're just trying to have a laugh.
We've cleared it.
We've even had.
I don't know what that is.
Has he complained?
Yeah, I've told him, and he says no, it's against the law. I said it isn't.
But
Oh
we've
no,
just confirmed it's not against the
it's not against the law at all. So
No, I don't know what he's been doing
it's an
there.
issue that he needs to resolve in his own
Well,
mind.
obviously, if he's got a problem, there's a reason, isn't there?
Yeah, because if
But
it
if you
was,
don't know that what that reason is, he's just
Yeah.
explaining it to Deb.
Yeah.
And Deb might turn round and say to you, you can't use him. And if that's the case, then you have to,
no, we don't.
you know.
No, if you
If
wanted me
No,
to,
if there's a specific reason, like a policing reason or his personal safety reason, I would expect you then not to use him for safety's sake. See what I'm saying?
then we would use our own discretion with
But
that.
if we ask, if we said to you, there is a reason why. You don't know. You might be in witness protection. Anything. You do your don't know.
Could be anything at all, but if it was in witness protection, it shouldn't be out in public anyway.
No, they have to live a life in witness protection. They're just under different.
Yeah.
But we don't know what it is.
It could be nothing at all. He might be just saying, I just don't want to be recorded, and that's it.
Yeah, sometimes they're like that.
Yeah.
But he got involved. I
He
don't
got
understand.
involved,
He got
and
involved.
yeah, the
Well, I
lady
mean,
next
that's
to him was
fine,
like
you know.
smiling at the camera, so we're well within our rights. I mean, if I wanted to complain,
Deb's has clarified
I
that.
could
She's
say
right, man.
excuse me, right.
Please don't record me and Deb, though.
No.
We have got police officers on there.
No, I don't do well on
300 or 15.
Yeah.
I could say, I don't want to be recorded. There's all these security cameras around here, and I don't want to be recorded.
I know,
Can you wipe my face off all the security cameras?
I even hate my photo taken.
On me, I'd rather be behind the camera in front. But there you go. All right then.
All right,
but
well,
we're money around here.
Yeah,
If
we're
got-
around here all afternoon.
If you've got
so-
any questions, we're money around here. So come and see us.
Causing no bother, love. People will ask us, I'll say they're just recording comedy and leave it at
That's
that.
all we're doing.
All right then.
It's only a laugh.
You do look good, Dolly.
Thanks,
Of course I
mate.
do.
Thanks very much, mate. I like your hat. So what did he say?
He says, I don't want you to record that, I want you to delete it. I went, no. And he goes, I'm going to tell the police. I said, well, go and phone the police. He's the me out. I said, go and tell them, and they come back and say, oh no, you can record, and that's it.
Okay, so if you're still with me this far through the video, thank you. For those people who continually tell me in the comments that you already know it all, or that my voice is boring, or you don't like the delivery of the videos, which is absolutely fine, you're entitled to your opinion, this is the point where you can now go and find something else to watch. For the rest of you, I apologise for the length of this video, but if people weren't constantly moaning about the fact that I interject throughout the video and put across my point and why people were wrong within the video, that's now made this video twice as long as it needs to be. So I apologise for that. Anyway, without wasting any further time, let's get into this and break this video down.
I ain't got me reading glasses with me, right, so all I need you to do is just tell me what my mate text.
Hello, Dolly. It was great getting together last week. It made me feel young again. If we can meet up again next week, can you bring the leather basket with you? Love, Vincent.
Oh, great. Thanks very much, mate. I look forward to seeing him.
Did that lady come over, or a comedian?
Yeah,
Was he recording me?
yeah.
I didn't give you permission to record me in a public space. It's against the law.
No, it isn't actually.
It is.
It isn't.
It is.
Well, I think most of you watching this will already know that that statement, you know, you can't take pictures of me in public, it's against the law, is a ludicrous statement to make. The whole reason shops, councils, police are allowed to use video equipment and camera equipment in public is because it's not against the law. There is no expectation of privacy in public. The only time that the police should get involved is, number one, if what you're filming or taking photos of could be deemed as indecent. Number two, if you're harassing somebody by putting your phone in their face and following them around. Although you may be asked to stop, harassment needs to be a course of action. So you need to do that on several occasions, separate occasions, and report those occasions to the police in order for them to take that as harassment. And thirdly, if you're on private property and you are then asked to stop recording or taking photos and you refuse, or you refuse to leave, then the police can come and take you off because you're then trespassing, because you're breaching that person's rules for their own private property. So those are the only real reasons that a police should get involved with somebody who's taking photographs or filming in public.
To record people in
No,
the
to
public.
record people in a public space is against the law, and the law has changed in the GDPR rules.
No. Call the
I
police
think-
then and arrest them.
No,
them now.
because you're recording on a public space.
Doesn't matter. I can record anybody.
So can you wait here then?
We want you around here. I'll come on you around the market.
So, well, I'm just asking, why don't you delete it? Or what is the purpose of you recording?
It's just a comedy show, that's all.
Who is the person?
The name's Dolly.
So can you show me what you recorded?
It's just you talking. You just recording.
I might not have an issue with it, but if you're going to record it and not tell me and not show me the recording,
Hang on, I can hear us talking. Sorry, I can hear her talking.
right, then I'm within my right to call the police. Do you understand? Because I don't want to be problematic,
Yeah.
right? But let's stop these.
Yeah, you can speak to them. We'll go to them. Hello.
What I'm aware of, I'm not allowed to record in a public space without asking the people's permission under the new General Data Protection rules.
Now that too is actually incorrect. I know a lot of people think that under GDPR, the General Data Protection Rules or regulations, you're covered when you're out in public if somebody is trying to take videos or photographs of you. Now, although GDPR is strict when it comes to privacy, Section 32 of the Data Protection Act gives the media and art or academia creative freedom to film in public. Although there are some limitations when it comes to the length and not filming people whilst they're engaging in a private activity, for example, at a cash machine.
Yeah, do you know more about
I
that?
don't think you're allowed to actually film people, are you?
She says while wearing her own body cam. Okay, it might not be on, but it's there for her to turn on any time that she wants to or needs to.
Without
Have you got a licence?
Okay, one look, let me get this straight then. Do I need a licence to record in public?
Yes.
No, I'm asking the police.
I don't know.
You don't know.
We'll find
If you
out.
find out for me.
Now, as far as I can ascertain, the only time you need a licence to film in public is if you're filming or photography is going to disrupt the public, whether it be footpaths, whether it be the roadways, and you need to close areas down to do your filming. From what I can work out, that's the only time that you actually need a licence to film or photograph in public. Other than that, it's fair game for everybody.
You'll find it's totally legal to record in a public place.
I think it's when you record people
And
they've got an objection to it.
and you haven't got their permission.
Then
You don't come and tell. Basically, let me explain it, right?
Okay.
He's recording a comedian or whatever coming onto the street talking to you, and without not coming up after you saying, "Do you oblige from us using that information or putting it online or whatever?" I object.
Do you know there's security cameras around here recording you? Do you object to that?
No, no.
I object to it. Can I make a complaint then?
That's within the law. That's in the law.
Is it?
And the only reason councils are allowed to get away with it is exactly the same reason we're allowed to get away with it. No expectation of privacy in a public place.
Yeah, but you can't.
No law against it as long as there's no kids about.
Thank you very much.
I object him to recording me.
Well, that's an issue.
He's allowed to record in a
You
public
cannot
place.
record people without their permission in a public space.
Listen to the
Did you interview him then?
No, he was just talking. The lady was just
I
talking
object
to
to
him.
it.
You'd have to set that up.
I'll tell you why I object to it. Can I have a word?
Okay, you have a talk there. We'll see you later. I'm going to carry on with my work. Okay? Sorry?
Remember, not children.
I can actually record children as well.
If the, yeah, but you, when she's just checked, you can record it in a public place, no, but not.
I can record children, but obviously.
Now, this is actually a touchy subject for most people. Lots of people will feel uncomfortable if somebody is filming their children. However, there is actually, as I said earlier, no law against filming children. As an independent journalist, as a photographer, as a videographer, providing your footage is not indecent or cannot be deemed as indecent, then there is nothing wrong with you filming children. As a parent myself, if somebody was videoing my kids in a park and they were hiding in a bush, I would find that very strange and I would want to know what's going on. But if somebody's out there and they're taking pictures of all different things and they've turned their camera towards the playground and they just want to take a picture of kids in the playground from a distance, for example, I wouldn't worry about that at all. But as a photographer, you've got to use your head a little bit, and although there's no law against it, just try and think logically when you're setting up and where you're setting up. And maybe if there are adults around, just go and say to them, I'm just going to be taking a shot or a pan shot or whatever it might be of this area here. I'm going to get the kids in from a distance, just letting you know that's what I'm doing. And that's just being a responsible person.
I'm a dad myself, so I know.
So
Yeah?
you're very careful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm on with my rights to record in a public place.
Well,
Okay,
that's what
now.
you just confirmed that.
Yeah,
Because
no
I really
worries.
didn't know.
No worries,
I
Angela.
did actually think you had to get people's permission.
Now you can do anything. Yeah.
No, now. So you learn something new every day.
Oh, yeah. It's my job, you see.
So what you actually filming?
It's a comedy thing. It's a comedy thing that we're doing. And it's just social interaction. It's an old woman called Dolly, and we're going down. And it's just a laugh, really.
Hello, Dolly.
Hello, Marmaid. Look, we ain't trying to cause no bother. You know, we're just trying to have a laugh.
We've cleared it.
We've even had.
I don't know what that is.
Has he complained?
Yeah, I've told him, and he says no, it's against the law. I said it isn't.
But we've just
no,
confirmed it's not against
it's not against the law at all. So
I don't know what he's doing.
it's an issue that he needs to resolve in his own
Well,
mind.
obviously, if he's got a problem, there's a reason, isn't there?
Yeah, 'cause if
If you
it,
don't know what that reason is, he's just
Yeah.
explaining it to Deb.
Yeah.
And Deb might turn round and say to you, you can't use him. And if that's the case, then you have to.
no, we don't.
No.
No, if you wanted me to.
No, if there's a specific reason, like a policing reason or his personal safety reason, I would expect you then not to use him for safety's sake. See what I'm saying?
Then we would use our own discretion with
But
that.
if we are, if we said to you, there is a reason why. You don't know. You might be in witness protection. Anything. You do. You don't know.
Could be anything at all, but if it was in witness protection, it shouldn't be out in public anyway.
No, they have to live a life in witness protection. They're just under different.
Yeah.
But we don't know what it is.
It could be nothing at all. He might be just saying, I just don't want to be recorded, and that's it.
Now, I would imagine if somebody's got a problem that they don't want to be on camera, the last thing they're going to do is walk up to the person with the camera. We as photographers, as videographers, as content creators, we can't be responsible for knowing what everybody's personal situation is, and we can't be expected to. Problem is, when people approach a photographer and they start kicking off about the laws and the rules about photography, then the photographers get the ump, and then the photographer is less likely to be reasonable towards you because you're not being reasonable towards them. But ultimately, if somebody has a personal problem that they would rather not be on camera for, maybe they're bunking off work or whatever, well then surely that's their fault. That's not your fault as a photographer. And I'm sure if there's a policing reason why somebody shouldn't be on camera, then they would be informed if they see someone with a camera to just disappear rather than approach them and make a fuss.
Sometimes they like that.
Yeah.
But he got involved. I
He
don't
got
understand.
involved,
He got
and
involved.
yeah, the
Well, I
lady
mean,
next
that's
to him was
fine,
like
you know.
smiling at the camera, so we're well within our rights. I mean, if I wanted to complain,
Debs has clarified
I
that.
could
She's
say
right, mate.
excuse me, Rory.
Please don't record me and Deb though, will you?
No, we have got police officers on there.
No, I don't do well on
300, what, 300 or 15?
Yeah.
I could say, I don't want to be recorded. There's all these security cameras around here, and I don't want to be recorded on them. Can you wipe my face off all the security cameras?
I even hate my photo taken.
I'm me. I'd rather be behind the camera in front. But there you go. All right then.
All right,
but we money around here.
Yeah, we're around here all off
If you've got any questions, we money around here. So
people really ask us, also they're just recording comedy. And
that's all we're doing.
All right then.
It's only a laugh.
You do look good, Dolly.
Thanks,
Of course I do.
I like your ex.
So let's be honest. I think the PCSOs did reasonably well in this situation. I mean, they should know the score around photography in public. I think all the police should know that. It's a very simple thing to understand. And it's not like it's going to take up much of their short training period to learn that. But she did, rather than make assumptions, she did go and get on her radio and speak to her supervisor or the control room. Although, even they got it wrong slightly by saying that you can't take pictures or videos of children in public. And again, I know that's a touchy subject, but unfortunately, there's no law against it, unless, as I've said, it's indecent. However, I think Ian, the cameraman, handled himself extremely well in this situation, stayed very calm, didn't give any information over, as is his right, and is something that we all have to start understanding. Unless you've actually done something wrong or you're being arrested, then you don't have to give your information and get them to run a check on you and then, you know, have your name sitting on a database for however long it's going to be sitting there for, and then have that brought up in the future if you ever get stopped again and asked, and it's just a load of hassle that nobody needs. So the fact that Ian knew that he didn't have to give his details is great. It's fabulous. But it's not just about what the police know or don't know. The public still need to understand things as well, and I don't know how we're going to get that message across to them that they're on camera most of their time during the day. People's security cameras on their house as they walk down the street, people's dash cams as they drive down the road, CCTV cameras everywhere, going into a shop, police body-worn cameras, but yet they see a member of the public with a camera and go mental. It's absolutely crazy. That's all I've got for the video anyway, guys. You know, I wanted it to be a shorter video, and it could have been a shorter video, but what with a lot of people moaning about the way that I deliver my video, just wanted to prove a point here and show you that it just means that the video is going to go on twice as long. So I apologise for that for those of you that are still with me, but I thank you. And as I said at the beginning about the cameraman in this video, whose name is Ian Dangerfield, who has actually been involved in work that has been on the BBC, Vice, the cable channel, Channel 4, Amazon Prime, and has also directed a series for Sky TV. In fact, one of the projects that he worked on was a film called 11, which is on Amazon Prime, which is a film about the last few hours of the last day of World War I. So I'm going to ask you to please show some appreciation and go and check out Ian's channels. There's two of them. You've got the Purple Chicken TV, and Dolly, the lady that you saw there as well, she's got a channel too. I'm going to put those links in the description below and ask you to please go and check them out. And if you like what's on there, obviously please feel free to subscribe to those channels. Thank you for putting up with me yet again. As always, please let me know what you think in the comments below, where I'll be happy to discuss them with you. And until next time,
good night all.